Dave Palumbo here with John Romano for another installment of Iron Rage. Today's topic, people who launch GoFundMe campaigns to pay for their bodybuilding. John, I have clients who do this. I know people who do it, but I gotta tell you, it irks me. And I'll tell you why it irks me. Because GoFundMe campaigns were really originally set up for people who are in dire need of money. Because they got sick, because their house burnt down, because they're gonna be thrown out onto the street, because they're gonna lose custody of their kid. And I'm seeing guys and girls nowadays putting up these GoFundMe campaigns to fund their trip to the Nationals, to fund their GH, use, to fund their food bill for the week so they can eat 18 times a day. Something about it just rubs me the wrong way. What's your feeling about this topic?
That at least the bikini girls are doing honestly and opening GoFundMe.
Now, John's got a swollen mouth because he just got some root canal done or some tooth stuff going on. John, seriously though, I mean, is it adequate? Is it appropriate for a woman to put up a GoFundMe for breast implants?
You can do whatever you want. I mean, the question is, are people gullible enough to support it?
They are. I see it. Now, but isn't it like the boy who cried wolf? If I put up a GoFundMe, hey, I want to go to see the Mr. Olympia contest. I don't have any money this year, and hey, I'm going to report on it, or I'm going to compete in it. Can you give me money? And then, a year from now, I get diagnosed, I break my leg, and I have no health insurance, and I can't get the surgery to fix my leg, and now I'm going back on GoFundMe for a GoFundMe campaign for medical bills. I mean, who's going to give me more money now for medical bills after they just gave me money to go to, to Las Vegas?
A long time ago, a guy, there was a Jewish magazine or a Jewish newspaper, was disseminated all throughout New York, the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, where there's a lot of Jews. And the guy said in his ad said, my dream is always to have opened a shoe store. I want to open a shoe store and sell shoes and do this whole great business. If everybody who reads this would just send me $1, I could open my shoe store and fulfill my dream.
Right.
Well, so many people sent him $1, he didn't need to open the freaking shoe store.
Well, if you look at what's up on the screen, what Johnny's putting up on the screen, I mean, there's not just one. There's a lot of people who are doing this, these GoFundMe campaigns, and I'm seeing, money is being raised. It's not a lot. Probably most of the people, it's their relatives, throwing in $20, $15 here. But I mean, this kid's a 15-year-old high school freshman. He has to do a bodybuilding show. It's kind of funny. I find it almost humorous because I'm like, this guy doesn't even, this kid is just wants to, his parents probably wouldn't give him money for protein powder or something like that. So I don't know. To me, it's just, I don't know. It's like save the GoFundMe for important things. I don't know.
I agree with that, but the numbers now are so huge, worldwide. How many people are on the web?
Yeah.
And if you can get 100,000 people to give you $1, what's $1 to a person? Nothing. But 100,000 of them together, that's a rock. So,
right, but if you need that 100,000 maybe 5 years from now because you get cancer and you need chemotherapy, don't you think you should save your GoFundMe asking? You can't ask more than once for a GoFundMe. You know what I mean? People will pay once, but they're not going to go back and pay you again. And there's a guy on Instagram. He's like one of the most, he's got like 300 and something thousand followers on Instagram. Johnny, we know the guy. He reposts a lot of our stuff. His whole motto, his whole game plan or business model on Instagram is that he reposts what other people are doing, essentially. And because Instagram doesn't pay like YouTube does, okay, you can't monetize your posts, he basically makes no money from it. He probably spends a long time doing these. So now he's asking for people to give him money to basically pay for his whatever, all the time and effort that he spends on this Instagram. Now, no one asked him to do the Instagram to begin with. He's doing it out of the sheer love. Just because he has a big following now, I guess he figures, well, if a couple people throw in a few bucks, I could raise some money. And it seems like he's already raised half of his $5,000 goal. He's raised $2,270 already. Now, you know, this is a guy, and I could tell he's passionate about what he does, and he loves posting stuff up, but he's posting stuff that's already out there. You know, we have a website that does original content, okay? If anyone's going to fund anyone, we should be funded. People should be giving us money for doing the original stuff, because everyone else out there, you know, not everyone, but a lot of the other sites out there, especially the ones that are, you know, very popular, are just cannibalizing and reporting on what sites like us do. So, I mean, and I don't go out there and I'm not asking for funding. I bust my ass and try to find advertisers. I try to find ways to monetize the site. You know, I try to use YouTube to you know, take care of it. So if anyone should be posting, asking for money, it should be us. And so I don't know. I just get irked by this. I think it's bad karma. That's all.
Well, it's an interesting concept because, you know, the internet is supposed to be free.
Right.
So we provide service, original programming, and a you know, a media site, and the public assumes it should be free.
Right.
So we should really be charging $5 a month or $10 a month or whatever, you know, to support us, you know, from our members. That would make the most sense. But, you know, to throw out the GoFundMe idea, this guy is using it to subsidize his website when he really should be asking the people to actually subsidize his website in the form of a membership.
Right.
People don't want to pay memberships. So it would be the same as us opening a GoFundMe account. I mean, the reality is that it costs money to travel around and cover shows and provide content and programming. And, you know, the advertisers only pick up a small part of it. I mean, the viewing audience at large should be supporting it. It should be viewer supported. But they don't do it because the internet's free. But don't send $5 to some fit figure girl trying to buy her suit, you know, because, you know, she's got big tits. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
The truth of the matter is that I just think that, you know, if you're going to do a GoFundMe campaign, okay, make sure it's for a valid reason. Something compelling, something that, you know, you absolutely need the money for. Because I'm telling you, everyone at one point in their life is needy in some sense and might need some help. Save the GoFundMe for what you really need it. Medically, okay, something is going on in your family life. You need to somehow save someone or support, you know, a young niece that needs to come live with you. These are important things. Going to the Nationals is not important. You could go out and raise your own money for that. Go train people in the gym. Do diets for people online, sweep the floors, come clean my snake cages, whatever you got to do, that's the money you should be raising for yourself for your trips. People shouldn't feel obligated to fund these trips or your drug habits or your supplement usage, okay? That's not the general public's duty. And you know, what a lot of people do is, look, if I have a really good friend and they put up a GoFundMe, I almost feel guilty if I don't give them money, right? Like I feel compelled. Right. So it's almost not fair because you're guilting people into doing it. But a lot of times if I see someone that I'm close to doing something like that, I will give money, because then next time they ask me for more, I can say, well, I already gave you money once, you know. So what is the old saying, John? If you give someone a meal, you're better off teaching a person to fish. If you teach them to fish,
give a person a fish, he eats for a day. Teach him how to fish, he eats forever.
There you go. And that's the theme of today's Iron Rage. Hopefully you guys got the message. I'm Dave Palumbo with John Romano. We'll see you next week.